Hey everyone, it's NoSec here, and welcome to a brand new series, Let's Talk. This is going to be completely different from Red Team Basics. Instead of structured tutorials, this is where we dive deep into cybersecurity topics that matter, controversial takes, industry problems, and pretty much anything that's worth discussing in this space. Every episode will be different. Sometimes we're talking tools, sometimes industry drama, sometimes just my thoughts on where cybersecurity is heading. And here's the cool part. If there's something you want me to cover, drop it in the comments. Seriously, I'm always looking for fresh topics to dive into. So for episode 1, I wanted to start with something that's been on my mind a lot lately. Red teaming. Now, if you caught the first episode of Red Team Basics, you already know the surface level difference between red teams and pen tests. But today I want to dig deeper into what red teaming actually is, and more importantly, what it isn't. So here's the thing that most people don't get about red teaming. It's not just advanced pen testing. It's not just using cooler tools or being more stealthy. Red teaming is fundamentally about testing your entire security program under realistic conditions. We're not just looking for bugs, we're asking the question, can your organization actually detect and respond to a determined adversary? Think about it this way. A pen tester comes in, finds 20 vulnerabilities, writes a report, and leaves. Mission accomplished, right? But what happens next? Usually those vulnerabilities sit in a spreadsheet for months while IT tries to figure out how to prioritize them. Meanwhile, the real question goes unanswered. If an actual attacker showed up tomorrow, would anyone even notice? And that's where it gets interesting, because a lot of companies think they have great security. They've got all the boxes checked: firewalls, antivirus, employee training, the works. But when a red team shows up and starts acting like a real threat actor, suddenly all those defenses start falling apart. I've seen it happen so many times. Company spends millions on security tools, but one well-crafted phishing email later, we're sitting on their domain controller wondering where all that money went. And here's the kicker, half the time their fancy SIEM never even noticed we were there. The dirty secret of cybersecurity is that most organizations have no idea if their defenses actually work. They're flying blind. They've got dashboards full of green lights that don't mean anything when push comes to shove. That's what red teams fix. But here's where things get tricky. Red teaming isn't for everyone. And I don't just mean skill-wise, though that's part of it. I mean ethically. You're literally getting paid to break into companies and potentially mess with people's livelihoods. The mindset you need is different. You have to think like the bad guys, but stay on the right side of the line. You need to be creative, persistent, and honestly, a little bit obsessed, because real attackers don't give up after the first firewall blocks them. They adapt, they pivot, they find another way in. I remember one engagement where we spent 3 weeks just watching the target company's social media, learning their internal language, their culture, their recent company events. By the time we sent that phishing email, it was so perfectly crafted that even I would have clicked on it. That's the level of dedication real attackers bring to the table. The skills you need are all over the place too. Sure, you need the technical stuff, networking, operating systems, programming, but you also need to understand people, business processes, physical security. I've gotten into more buildings through tailgating than I have through network exploits. Sometimes the human firewall is weaker than the digital one. And let's talk about something nobody wants to admit. Red teaming can be a lonely job. You're constantly thinking about how to break things, how to exploit trust, how to bypass security. It changes how you see the world. Every system you encounter, you automatically start thinking about how you'd compromise it. The career path isn't straightforward either. Most red teamers start somewhere else. Pen testing, system administration, development. You don't usually jump straight into red teaming because the learning curve is brutal. You need that foundation first. And honestly, you need to prove you can be trusted with this kind of access and responsibility. But if you can handle it, if you can develop that adversarial mindset while keeping your ethics intact, it's one of the most valuable roles in cybersecurity right now. Companies are finally starting to understand that they need someone to actually test their defenses, not just tell them what vulnerabilities exist. The pay is good too, let's be honest. Experienced red teamers can command serious salaries because the skill set is so specialized and the demand keeps growing. But money aside, there's something deeply satisfying about helping organizations understand their real risk posture instead of living in a fantasy world of compliance checkboxes. So that's my take on red teaming. It's not just advanced hacking, it's about testing the entire security ecosystem under pressure. It's challenging, it's rewarding, and it's definitely not for everyone. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you interested in red teaming? Already doing it? What's your experience been like? Next episode, we're diving into something completely different. Probably going to tear apart some common cybersecurity myths. Should be fun. That's it for today. Stay safe out there and happy hacking.